The Nadir is ready for another round, and so am I. Welcome back. It is the same 25-point Nadir, except this time, you'll notice we're on Paladin. That's right, we're on the healing class, because it needed more healing. Unlike, jeez! Okay, unlike M Scout, this thing heals on kill as well, thanks to DJ 2. Unfortunately, Blood Pact Pendant comes for us all, so it's only 5%. The major differences you'll notice between this build and the other one are that I've switched over to Wolf's Blood and that I'm using Irradiant Secrecy instead because I said, maybe I don't need that much healing. I don't need the healing from Palace's Grief so much as I need the damage. Oh jeez. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this. Okay, we live. We're bone sharded. We got a bone shard, otherwise we don't have damage output. Now, running 60% magic damage, and bear in mind, this has like barely any infusions. I didn't even go back to switch them. They're still on Vigor from Scout. So this thing has barely any infusions, right? And it's running very little magic damage. So you kind of need the buffs from DJ and Crusade, otherwise it falls apart. Okay, that is a ranged enemy. I'm scared of slimes because, okay, I don't know what to do here. Anyways, I'm really scared of slimes because most of the time you have to trade hits with them. And these things, man, why do they have to throw blight everywhere? By the way, the principles of this build are, jeez! Anyways, the principles of this build are very similar to the previous one. Well, that's one way to die. In the sense that you still have to quit and we're still clutching Palace's Warden for health and regen. The main difference, actually no, there's not much of a difference really. It's just that instead of scout mobility and damage, you're using cleric mobility, and you're using not no mobility on cleric. You're using cleric damage and cleric AoE. Shout out Threats of Valor for making Legionary not terrible to deal. Oh jeez. Legionary not terrible to deal with so long as you can mark the mobs with like the Sciatic. I run Luminous Infusion 1 because there's not it's a good marking tool. It deals 29 damage, so it's like kind of ass. But but it does let you mark because you just crit things and then you can get charges. The AoE here is really Javelin transferring DJ damage. Let's go somewhere. Unfortunately, if you can't like quit because positioning is funny and they've got punch pulls and sometimes the enemy tries to knock you. Jeez, sometimes the enemy tries to knock you away. Then there are some problems. But if you can stay in the encounter, then it's pretty good. The issue is, okay, normally this is where you'd switch out a couple pieces for KBR pieces, right? But I genuinely don't know what you could switch out. Like you need failure, you need edge failure for that, for the sustenance, and you need whatever your next slot is. It's either damage or it's oh no, it's always damage, but it's also sustenance. The offhand is damage. The helmet has to stay judgment, otherwise, what's the point of the build? And well, it has to be the chest plate has to be warden, right? Otherwise, you die. It's like you just kind of die. The instant you leave combat or can't quit for like 6 seconds because there's a punch enemy. So overall, it's not that good of a look, is it? I must say though, when it works, it looks so good. Since there's less to talk about in the build, because I already talked about it in the previous video, I'm instead going to talk about Last Respects. Now, Last Respects was the original motivator for me to start building with Judgment, because I was looking for a melee scout build, because melee scout is pretty much the only. I just tried to, damn it, I just tried to instinctively try to tactical. Oh, great. Because melee scout doesn't have any built-in AoE. The problem is, it's quick is quick four is 20% damage transfer. That's not even gonna kill a dreadling. So it's kind of hard to justify using the frankly abysmal base damage of that thing of Last Respects over something like Skewer, right? Because Skewer is pretty free, especially if you like me have my Mycosis teleported. So it's like, oh well, maybe it could be useful on something else. But what are you gonna use it on? Warrior already inherently has brute force, and that AoE is a lot better. Uh, Assassin has Skirm U and would much rather run Clockblade. And Sword Sage has Deadly Ronde. So it's I don't know where you use that quick. But it sounds so good. Like I love the sound effect. So what do I do? Cry, I guess, because I haven't found a use case for it. Now, having played Scout like immediately before this, I feel a lot slower just because I don't have the haste 3 drugs anymore. So I have to like break spawners at a normal rate. Somehow the damage output's pretty similar. Okay, thank you, Hand of Light. We're gonna ignore that I went to like one, maybe half a heart there. It's definitely not important. I think if I could land a crit, that would be nice. What are you doing? Okay, okay. Bells kill. Okay, good. I think my last attempt was a really weird pure melee Hierophant option for. Oh, don't go to the void this time. Was a pure melee Hierophant for Last Respect because that thing doesn't have any AoE. But it's bad. Yes, the issue with Last Respect is that it's not because it's not a scythe. What a Reaper can't use it, and because Quick doesn't, I believe it only interacts with the melee hit and not DJ damage. So you can't exactly use oh geez, use Cleric Void either because all your damage comes from DJ. You don't have a choice anymore. Particles are screwing with me. I keep thinking I'm hitting shots, but I'm not. Die. So I am yet to find a good use case for the item, which is a shame. Now I did get a recommendation that you can use it in what you can use it in the blue air branch because it gets rid of the flying islands. But I thought those things were tanky enough that they would still survive a quake. I haven't played blue in ages, and I've got no real way to verify this information. So do with it what you will. I just realized that I'm running hand cranked, and I shouldn't be running hand cranked because it's not an armor build. AoE. Heavenly Boon is just gambling with your life. But you usually win as long as you can kill enough mobs. And unlike usual, you don't have to win twice. You only have to win once because of the sustenance. I'm probably gonna find out at some point that you would I don't know why I ran, I should just be quitting. You're probably better off just running Briar Fight and Roots or something like, instead of Judgment. But for now, I will relish in the fact that I haven't thought about a better idea and that Judgment is actually the best option you have. Okay. Oh! Hmm. Yes, that seems fair and balanced. Anyways, I think the next funky build idea I have is some sort of rampant miasma hierophant. Like, it's usually you think of rampant miasma as a support thing, but maybe it could be viable with melee if you have the sustenance for it. I believe I tried to do poise, and that really just wasn't working out because it simply was not tanky enough. maybe could work with Steadfast. As per usual, we will simply avoid the problem where instead of dealing with it, because we have enough spawners to just do that. I forgot to mark them. That's why DJ, that's why I don't do any damage. No. Okay, we're good. Uh, for all that cleric, that paladin might be a better option than scout would be, just because it has a survivability factor. It's less fun. It's just less fun because you don't fly around anymore, and not flying around makes me sad. I'd also died at this flight taking heart. I know other players I've seen what other players do when they power, which is which is basically to use a screwdriver or similar for the DJ damage. Don't want to back up into the danger zone and prop those two spawners in the middle. Yep, they've used the screwdriver in order to deal with this slime elite, but capital. I mean, I could be using it, but and probably if I ever try a 65 point on this kind of thing, I'd be forced to. But for now, we just kind of toss abilities at it. Maybe I'll go back to like a normal melee scout with the usual 250% damage so that I can feel powerful again. And then I'll play it smart. Bye bye.